Well, then you must listen to this closely, because soon you may no longer be able to do that. That's right. The government has now confirmed that it is planning a new rule to control the temperature range at which air conditioners can run in the country. As per the new proposed rule, AC temperature limits will be standardized across the country. Air conditioners may not be allowed to operate below temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and may not be allowed to cross the temperature of 28 degrees Celsius. These new limits have been proposed as the government is looking to curb excessive power usage.
जहां तक एयर कंडीशंस की स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन, टेम्परेचर स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन, ये भी एक नया प्रयोग, नया एक प्रावधान ये किया जा रहा है। इसको बहुत जल्दी लागू करने जा रहे हैं। अब एसी का जो टेम्परेचर स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन है 20 डिग्री से 28 डिग्री रहेगा।
Let's now listen to how the people are responding to this development.
जी, गवर्नमेंट ने जो गाइडलाइन जारी किया है 20 से 28 के बीच एसी का टेम्परेचर, तो ये इससे बिजली की बचत भी अच्छी होगी और आपको जो है कंफर्टेबिलिटी भी महसूस करेंगे आप एसी में चलाते समय, क्योंकि बाहर की गर्मी बहुत ज़्यादा होती है और अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड होती है, तो उससे आपके जो है स्किन पे भी प्रॉब्लम आती है और साथ ही साथ आपको जो है बीमार पड़ने का भी डर रहता है।
ये बेसिकली जो एनर्जी कंजम्पशन है उसको थोड़ा कम करने के लिए, क्योंकि जो 20 से 28 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड में अगर हम लोग एसी चलाएंगे तो जो एनर्जी कंजम्पशन होगा वो कम होगा, तो इसमें आपका जो हम लोग का एनवायरनमेंट है ये सस्टेनेबल होगा।
सर ये बेटर है, क्योंकि अभी हम जितने भी लोग देखते थे कस्टमर क्या करता था 20 पे लगा करके चला गया, एसी चल रही है 16 पे चल रही है, जिससे क्या होता था बिजली कंजप्शन ज़्यादा होता था, लोड भी ज़्यादा पड़ता था, जिसकी वजह से फ्लक्चुएशन ज़्यादा होने लगती थी। अब क्या है, सरकार के जो ये नॉर्म्स आए हैं आपका 20 से 28 के रेंज में, उससे फायदा ये रहेगा कि बाहर का एनवायरनमेंट भी बेस्ट रहेगा और अंदर भी आपको कम्फर्ट कूलिंग मिलती रहेगी।
Decreasing AC temperature, it does not, I don't think so it will affect directly to the climate change. I think we should concentrate on other different topics such as carbon emission, like electrical vehicles. We should sustainable development according to Paris climate change. We should follow that guidance.
So we should focus on more renewable energy, not using fossil fuels, using EV cars, and now we're also focusing on solar and other renewable energy. So sustainable development should be the new norms. Just decreasing the temperature won't make it.
Chennai is one of the hottest cities in the country, where the temperatures during the summer go peak high. There might be many people who want that cooling that the 16 or 17, 18 degree offers. Why can't they concentrate more on building a more infrastructure for solar energy?
Narani, this has to be seen more as a trial, on a trial basis. So if it is going to save the energy for the nation and for the country as such, because the power grids are all heavily loaded nowadays, so we need to look at whether it is going to really reduce the electricity consumption.
First thing we should consider is the health of the person. Sometimes people may not be able to put up with too high temperatures or too low temperatures, so it is an individual liberty. So I won't say a blanket no or a very affirmative yes. If it's a good move, it's something that helps to say tackle climate change, then it's good.
Some people do agree that yes, let's move towards sustainable development and eco-friendly, environment-friendly measures, while others are saying this is not going to have that much of an impact. We have also opened our phone lines to callers. Tell us, what do you think about this issue? And in fact, we are joined by our first caller, first viewer on the broadcast, Dr. Sanjeev from Delhi. Please go ahead. Good afternoon. What are your views?
Good afternoon. Apart from clinical, I set up hospitals, so I know a bit of ACs and HVAC units. This is a good move. It's a very meaningful move. For every degree rise or fall beyond the range which has been recommended as 20 to 26, we lose approximately 6% of energy. That amounts to approximately, as a running house in a residential area, about 4,000 rupees saving per month. If we increase the temperature, that means we keep it more hot or more cold beyond the norms recommended by the government, India will emit more than 8.2 million tons of carbon dioxide. So this has not only a financial bearing for saving, but it is also from a climate conservation point of view, it's a good move, it's a sensible move, it's a scientifically thought of move, and keeping it at 18 or 19 or 16 only adds burden financially on the families or indeed on the environment.
Right. So you're saying save power is equal to save money and also less burden on the environment. Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjeev, for joining us. We also have Brigadier Sanjay Khanna joining us on the broadcast. Good afternoon. What are your views, sir?
Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to all the viewers. Well, I feel it's a very, very sensible and well thought out decision. We must understand that if it is going to be implemented pan-India, so the government surely would have gone into a lot of scientific details and other issues before promulgating such a that it should be between 20 to 28 degrees. Now, as far as I am concerned, I use my air conditioner at 26, 25 to 28. And trust me, there is no issue with regards to, that the room does not get cool or any such thing.
Okay.
It's just a mindset. Last year, I was using it at 16, 17, 18. And this year, I'm using it around these degrees that I've just mentioned.
Okay.
And there is no issue whatsoever. It's very comfortable.
Just a mindset issue, you're saying. Thank you very much, Brigadier Khanna. Let me, in fact, go across to our other viewers also. We have Chiradeep joining us from Hyderabad. Our reporters, Rishabh and Nilesh, are also with us on the broadcast. Let me first go across to Mr. Chiradeep. Go ahead.
Yes, this is a very good initiative taken by the government. Okay, point number one is the consumption rather than, split ACs that I see on the television is restricted to a few areas. Now, when the building plan, the national building code and, other acts which are there in the country, these kind of initiatives, should, kind of take up technology as, a variable where you have VRF and VRV technologies for high-rise buildings where the consumption of electricity is very low. Rather than...
Okay, I think we have lost that line with Mr. Chiradeep, but from what we heard, he's calling it a good initiative. Let me now go across to our reporters. Let me first go across to Rishabh. Now, Rishabh, this is what is being said, that Mr. Khattar has said that the new AC temperature provision is part of a larger effort to save electricity and manage India's rising energy demand. Some people do agree. Some people believe that this will not have such an impact the government is aiming.
Well, definitely, there are always two sides to it, and people, in majority, people do agree. And this is not something that has happened recently, Swati. When R.K. Singh was the power minister in the last tenure of Modi government, even back then, such suggestions were made by the expert panel, and the government was mulling over it. Back then, under the pressure of the market and the air conditioner suppliers, it wasn't implemented. But yes, back then only it was told to most of the air conditioner makers that in future the government will come to this. So be prepared with that.
Okay, Rishabh, please hold on, because we have our viewers joining us on the broadcast, and Manisha is joining us from Jaipur. Manisha, good afternoon to you. What do you think about this proposed new rule?
Hello.
Manisha ji, if you can hear me, just go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy with this move, ma'am. I'm supporting it.
Okay. You think it's a good initiative? Okay, thank you so much, Manisha, for speaking with us. We have Satish joining us from Bengaluru. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Sati, good afternoon, and thank you for taking my call. My question is, I don't want the government entering my house and telling me how to live my life, number one. Number two, if you are so concerned about energy conservation, your primary responsibility to the citizen is to provide electric power 24/7 by 365 days. Show me one city, town, village which gets 24/7, 365 days uninterrupted power. You are not able to do that. Instead, you're going after us. And what percentage of people in the country have air conditioning units in the house to justify such power consumption savings or energy efficiency? It is less in single digits. So concentrate on improving your infrastructure, power generation, transmission, distribution, thereby providing uninterrupted power to a citizen.
Okay.
That is your primary responsibility.
All right. So you're saying
Fulfill
don't.
that.
Yes. Okay. You're saying don't aim so high. Provide basic facilities first. Thank you very much for speaking with us. Let me go across to our reporters now. I believe we have Nilesh on the broadcast. Nilesh, if you can get us some reactions. What do people think? How are they responding to it?
Well, yes, we have been speaking of this decision, and I happen to manage to speak to one of the individuals, since it is quite a humid temperature out in the Mumbai, and less number of people are stepping on the road. So we'll try to speak to this youngster.
Okay,
that is currently being discussed, that now AC system will be regulated.
Right. Actually, it's good because if you look at today's temperature in Bombay, it's been getting more heated every year. This was not the time when I was in school. We used to play here, and I used to not get sweaty enough when I used to go for 2 rounds around this Shivaji Park. But now, if you just walk, it is the equivalent. So I feel that regulation is important, done by the government for the AC, because we can't stop it, right? The global warming is getting higher and higher, and there's no point of governments doing things, or it is not an individual thing, it's a group thing. So I feel that we as Indians, we run according to the rules only, I feel, because individually, if I feel like I have to take down my temperature, but someone else has a higher temperature, or someone is using it for 24 hours. I have seen my parents who feel like they need AC for 24 hours at this point, which was not the case 10 years back.
Right.
And now, because of that, there are many issues in the health part. Your bones are affected, whatever I have read about it, because you are so much into AC.
So people, there are a lot of people, Nilesh, who agree with this and believe that it's a good initiative. Before I go across to Shivam, we have Ganeshan, our viewer, joining us from Chennai. If you can hear me, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Ganeshan here. I suggest that reduction of about 3 to 5 degrees from the outside temperature itself is feeling quite comfortable. The comfortfulness comes under the humidity and not the temperature reduction alone. So we can control it between 26 to 27 degrees also at the room temperature with the AC.
All right, so you're saying there's no need to go down to 16 degrees, 20 is fine according to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me go across to Shivam, our reporter, joining us with more details. Shivam, I believe you are joined by some people out there. If you can, help us understand what people think about the issue. What are their views?
Yes, Swati, in fact, it's more than 40 degrees Celsius and it's scorching heat. And what's the best remedy of heat? It's AC and mango shake. And we have certain viewers who are enjoying their mango shake sitting in the car with the AC on. Sir, AC on है आपकी गाड़ी का? क्या टेम्परेचर है अभी इस वक्त?
अभी जो गाड़ी का बोनट सेंसर दिखा रहा है वो तकरीबन 46 डिग्री सेल्सियस।
और जो एसी का टेम्परेचर क्या है आपका अभी?
एसी का टेम्परेचर हमने 18 पे सेट किया हुआ है।
सर, अभी गवर्नमेंट एक रूल लेकर आ रही है, एक प्रोविजन दिया है कि जब आपका एसी का जो टेम्परेचर होगा उसको रेगुलेट किया जाएगा, 20 डिग्री सेल्सियस से कम नहीं हो पाएगा। उनका आर्ग्यूमेंट है कि उससे एनवायरमेंट सस्टेनेबिलिटी बढ़ेगी। क्या लगता है आपको?
मुझे ऐसा लगता है ये टेम्परेचर सेटिंग जो है बहुत ही व्यक्तिगत मामला है। कुछ लोगों को कुछ परिस्थितियों में ज़रूरत पड़ सकती है 20 से शायद थोड़ा कम टेम्परेचर रखने की, तो सरकार गाइडलाइन दे सकती है कि आप 20 डिग्री के नीचे ना जाएं। इससे बिजली की भी बचत होती है, पर्यावरण को निश्चित रूप से इसमें सहायता मिलती है, सस्टेनेबिलिटी की अगर हम बात करें उसको भी एनकरेजमेंट मिलता है। लेकिन जब ये चीज़ें लॉ का एक रूप ले लेती है ना, तो कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को लगता है कि द पर्सनल चॉइसेस आर बीइंग कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड। उनका जो व्यक्तिगत चॉइसेस हैं जो वो करना चाहते हैं उसमें कहीं ना कहीं दखल अंदाजी के रूप में देख सकते हैं लोग।
Thank you so much. So you see here there are people who are basically saying that yes, it is a good initiative, but it should be left to the people as well. There should be guidelines, there should be advice from the government that this is beneficial for you and that is beneficial for the entire environment. But making it compulsory is somewhere, as according to them, encroaching the personal rights, because it depends from person to person what kind of environment they are carrying on. Having said that, right now he is enjoying in the car with the 18 degrees Celsius temperature in the car. It is to be seen that it comes with the car as well.
It's an individual's choice. Government can only issue guidelines. Rishabh, Nilesh and Shivam, thank you very much for joining us with the details. So a lot of people agree, they believe it's a good initiative, while others are saying don't preach, first provide basic facilities. Thank you to our viewers as well who've called us on this show to express their views. Quick break with that.